All right, so today I am so happy. My longtime friend, and we haven't seen each other, but Diane's here. And this is my podcast, my second episode of podcast. First one, I didn't have nobody, and second one, I told you I'm gonna bring my guests, right? So this is my second episode of Sakurafubuki, which it means is cherry blossom storms. Thank you so much for joining us. And here's my friend Diane's here. How are you, Diane?
I'm good, Ayumi. How are you?
Good. I love your earring and your hair is so really nice.
Thank you.
Yes. We need to do this sometimes, right? Not always just
Absolutely.
no makeup,
Not always.
sweatpants.
Yeah, right. It's nice to get like dolled up a little bit sometimes.
Yes. Okay. So maybe not me. I'm not gonna talk so much. Today is your day. So do you remember how we met first time?
Yes, I do. We both worked for Lincoln Military Housing.
Mhm.
We basically did like maintenance requests for service members and their families.
Yes.
And that was, oh, a long time ago, long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes. Yeah, I remember that I came to San Diego from Japan 2005, and I think I joined to Lincoln Military Housing in 2007-ish or something. So I worked like a total like 3 years or something like that. But I remember I didn't speak English really just a little bit. And I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way for me to work. Taking a call was like I remember first call I hung up on the somebody. And then I think the supervisor was Anne, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Anne came and was like, you can't do that. And I remember you haven't taken a call for 2 weeks. Everybody else for 3 days. It
Yeah.
took me 2 weeks and it was so hard. But I remember you were so nice. We went out a couple times with Connie-sans and everybody. I remember that. And so, we've been know each other for a while, right?
Sometime, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I have a few questions today. So one by one, we're gonna
Okay.
execute it. Okay. First question. We already talked about how we met, and what kind of image did you have? Like first time you met me, and through you getting to know me a little bit.
What do you mean?
Like my
Like,
image, like what your first impression to. Okay, I think Ayumi is like this person, whatever.
I
How
thought you were
did you talk
I
about me?
remember. No, no, no. I don't have anything but nice things to say. Um, you were very shy. I think it's because you did not speak English that well,
Mhm.
but you could tell you were a very nice person. You radiated just goodness and very shy, but loving God and strong mama bear. Um, and it's just been a pleasure to watch you grow throughout the years and just become stronger and just your english has your English is beautiful. And no, it's you went from like a shy young little lady to this amazing, beautiful, powerful businesswoman, and it's been beautiful to watch you grow.
Oh, thank you so much, Diane. That mean a lot to me. Yeah, I was just so afraid. Like it wasn't even Mama Bear. I was like, oh no, I have 3 kids, a little one. I don't know anything about America. So yeah, that job was my second job. First one was like a preschool teacher. Ed, it's not even like a assistant, and have to
Mhm.
level up. But yeah, my image of you was really kind, very clear, always clear confidence talking, and you were always nice to me, and later on find out you become single mom too. So but we're going to get into that. Thank you so
Of
much for telling me sweet thing. So
course.
second question is, explain how you became a single mom of two boys, and uh how difficult it was or it is or something. Yeah, that might be
um
my question.
I became a single mom, not by choice. My husband passed away. He passed away in 2011, and my older one was about to turn 11 years old. We were
Mhm.
actually in the process of planning his birthday party and everything. And then our
Oh,
younger one was 6 years old. So
wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. So from that to like I know you have to adjust, right? Adjust to become single mom to just wife and two boys mom. And it was, I know that's kind of really stupid question, but like how hard it is. Like how did you manage?
That is not a stupid question. That's a good question. I could tell you that because I was a military spouse. My husband was in the service. He was in the
Mm,
United States Navy and he was
mm,
medically retired. He suffered PTSD. That was difficult to watch him struggle
mhm.
because there wasn't too much information about PTSD.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
back then. Mhm.
yeah, now it's beautiful. There's so much information out there, but it was it was quite an adjustment. I went kind of in deployment mode. You know, you kind of just do what you have to do to kind of
Mhm.
survive.
Mhm.
And oh, I could tell you what, like my faith in God, I think that has helped also.
Mhm.
And just being a military spouse, I think that helped because there are months and months and months that you're away from your spouse and everything and anything breaks down. So you kind of have to deal with it. Your kids kind of like drive you nuts and everything. You have to be mom and dad. So I would
True.
say, yeah, I would say that that helped a lot, those two things. And of course, my family,
Yeah,
if
the
I wouldn't do
support.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ironically that I related to that. I can't imagine that, it wasn't like my like kids that die or anything like that. But I
Yeah.
remember when I become single mom, I felt the same way. It's like it's good and bad. You don't want to be single mother, but
Yeah.
because of my kids that was military and they stay away from the house all the time. You know how when we were
Yeah.
working military housing, so many spouse like call us and then, oh my God, light bulb is go off. And then this lady was crying. And I thought I was like, oh my gosh, why is she crying for one
The
thing?
light
But
bulb.
I
Yeah.
remember that little things trigger because it's not the light bulb. We always have to be by ourselves, taking care of a household, maybe car situation. I
Yeah.
remember one time my kids' dad was like, please don't park this car to the parallel parking because I think that there's rims and the wheels are very heavy. But I was
Hmm.
like, I have to park, and I was just like, "Ah!" I was like, and then I was like, oh no, that I hit the rim by the side of the, and I was hiding for a long time. I was like, I hope he not gonna look at it. But things like that, we have to take
Yeah.
care of it cars and kids, and then things all go all wrong when they
Oh yeah.
go underway. When they came back, it seems like everything's cool. But I was like, no, it wasn't like that, right?
Oh, not at all. It's even like an adjustment when they come back because you kind of you're in charge of the house when they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back and you got to work as a team and that's quite an adjustment too,
Oh
and
yeah.
so
You're a strong woman, but like you have to adjust like, oh, I gotta go back to just regular life. The
yeah,
person
yeah,
is in the church, and sometimes the kids also, I remember the kids don't listen to that because they haven't seen that long time. And it has
yeah,
like a little conflicts and stuff like that. And you're gonna in the middle, like you're trying to be adjust and stuff like that. So it's not easy thing, but I'm so yeah, I've been watching you as well from beginning that I met in military housing, and after that we become part, you went to Chicago and I went back, couple 1 year or something in Japan, came back, and we were in the different states, and then watching you through a Facebook, or we have a little Bible study together. So it's like
yeah,
I feel like the same way to give back to you. I've been watching you, and you know that incidents happen, a lot of sad things happen, but you become stronger and getting more muscle, like a strengthening, and become mama bear. And now I just kind of, I'm not saying the rid of my kids, but like my kids are not here. You still have your sons and around. So next question,
yes ma'am.
it's going to be, so went back to Chicago and how things has changed. And I know that we kind of have a similar situation of your mother. We all gonna always gonna love mother, but we all know that it's having a hard time within getting too close to our own mom when we are become mom too. So
Yes,
how
you
the
know
things
why?
change. Mm-hmm.
Two strong women sometimes, if you don't understand each other, especially the mamas, like because we have we have foreign moms, like my mom was born in Poland, your mom was born in Japan, you know what I mean? And those are very strong cultures and those are very strong women. So,
Yes.
but we're American, we're also strong women. So it was quite an adjustment. We actually moved back to Chicago before my husband passed away. Um,
Okay.
yeah, when he was medically retired, we decided to move back home because our
Okay.
family was here in Chicago. So, but it was quite an adjustment, even when he was alive, and then especially after he passed away, it's still, with those strong mamas, I love my mom so much. I talk about her all the time, but yeah, we sometimes we are like this. But most of the time we love each other and support each other. And it's good to have that support.
That's good. That's good. Because we are going to have like that. Because I'm still like, I remember when I was talking to my mom, like, Natsumi was, rolling her eyes and she said this and it was over the phone, but she was like, start laughing so hard. I was like, you did the exactly same thing. So it's your turn. Enjoy. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
always like that anyway, because we're gonna be really like, so both each other's gonna get irritated by seeing same thing, what we don't like, what they do, but you do the same thing. So it's kind of like a mirror, kind of, irritating each other. So, but that's good though. You have a good relationship with your mom, and I do have now. I know they're not gonna be. I have to tell young people too, like that their mother is not gonna be adjusted for you because we're young. That's what we call, our mom, right? So we have to adjust too. Oh, I need to back off right now. Or I'm going to push her a little bit. Or like we have to have boundary, right? Because they're going to be whatever they like to do. Because they're at the
They're
age that,
they're older, they're set in their
yeah,
ways, and we kind
they're not scared of
of,
anything,
yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, we're
Yes.
going to be like that too. All right.
Yeah.
So next question. How are you doing now? And boys are grown. And what do you think that your life is going to be? And how do you like your life right now? Or like, you kind of told me last time, like a little bit scared of that kids are leaving. I share with you how when my sons are leaving that day to their dad, I was crying in the dojo. It's like,
Yeah.
so adjusting was harder for me. But I want to know from another woman who's strong woman like you, like how you manage and like what things have changed and how do you feel like you're grown boys, now?
I have been mentally preparing for this since they were little.
Mm,
We've got really close after our bond was very strong after my husband passed away, and that's a big traumatic event, and so um it was quite an adjustment, to even like let them, as they were growing, to let them be free and go play with their friends, or because I wanted to put them in bubble wrap and protect them from the world.
mm-hmm.
But all good things come to an end. I have Thomas is 22 and Tony is going to turn 18 in 2 weeks. And so
Wow.
they're very independent. I basically raised them, after Dan died, that if I dropped dead the next day, I needed them to be okay and to move on. So they're
Mm,
very, very independent, which is difficult for me because we always would do everything together. So it's an adjustment because I'm still mama bear. So
oh, yes.
I still want to like tell them like what to do, or like if I see something, I say something, but I'm learning, I'm learning where my place is, because sometimes you just got to have to step back and let your kids do their own thing. Um,
Definitely.
yeah, I'm excited to see them go into the world and
Mm-hmm.
make their own life. But I'm also scared. Like, the mama bear inside of me is like, you can only protect them so much, and then when you let them out into the world, you just kind
Mm-hmm.
of, the adjustment is to sit back. So I'm happy that I have other friends that are in similar situations. God has placed good people in my life that,
Mm-hmm.
I have friends my age, some younger, some older,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just learning from everybody that I can, how I can have like a good relationship, like a good adult relationship with my children. So
Mm-hmm.
but it is a huge adjustment. When Thomas moved out, I freaked out a little bit. I kind of lost my mind. But I'm better equipped now that Tony is also going to be in the service. Thomas is in the Navy.
Oh,
Tony's
wow. So they both are military.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I feel very protected with the little entourage I have.
Mm.
But it's definitely I'm more calm now, and I keep telling Tony because Thomas more like listens, and takes my advice and then does whatever the hell he wants. Tony's more like me, where he will just tell me, and because I fight like this with my mom too, is like, hold on there, I'm gonna be an adult. I hear a lot from him. So it's an adjustment on how, I said, you think you're gonna turn 18 and magically I'm gonna stop being mama bear? No, not at all. So that's
Okay.
the adjustment. But I don't know. It's scary, but that change is coming. It's kind of like a big ass train coming. And
Yes.
I'm ready for it. God put me in a good place, good people in my life. And I'm just kind of filling my life with the things that I like rediscovering. I think we talked about that last time too, rediscovering ourselves and
Yourself.
who we are as like people, not just moms or wives or sisters or daughters.
Yeah,
We are
like a
we are
Diane.
people.
Like, who
Yeah.
is Diane? What do you
Yeah.
want to do now, or something like that? Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get it. I really thank you so much for sharing, because that's same thing. I like to be hearing from other women. When I used to do massage, this lady, same thing. Like, she was like trying. She's supposed to be relaxing, but I was like, I think her son's name is Tony too. And then Tony was trying to just like relax, but she talked about that, my son's
Yeah.
girlfriend, and then she said this, or like, we share. But we as a mom, very, very sometimes the uncomfortable feeling, we gotta get it. And I'm the same way. I used to be, when my kids are around, I used to be in the charge. I have to make a decision, so I'll tell them what to do. But now, Natsumi, same way. My daughter, she become more, she was shy to all of a sudden start ordering everything when we go to eat. Like, I was just like, what happened? What's coming out? And she was
Who
like,
are you?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm growing. Like, and then I realized that's me kind of coming out, but I know when she started talking to me certain way, I was like, oh, it's time for me to back up. Okay, oh, okay, that's good, you're doing that. And then more like encouragement that, like, you find out of something they don't do. Because how
Yeah.
the mom we do it. But I do the list those things, they encourage what they're doing good, let them just kind of do whatever they like to do, and they call me or text me whenever they need me, of course, money too, but call me and stuff.
Money, food. Yeah.
Money, food, or mom is just kind of like, I have $40. I was like, how are you gonna survive? But my kids too, good thing is Natsumi or Xavier Gomi, they all of them. Natsumi is not working or anything like that, but she living with the fiance, so she take care of the person's the kids, and I want to say a lot of things, but you know what? You're doing good. You know what? You're young, but they make a decision. You're doing good, and you're happy. That's good. And Xavier
Yeah.
Corbin same way. They're working and sometimes don't have much money, but I would just act like I didn't hear it. Unless it's just like emergency. So
Yeah.
they manage themselves. So that's a good thing. We were strong, mom. It wasn't like, you know something we did it, something we did good to
Yes.
these children, because
Yeah.
they already become probably stronger than that the children was I mean, it's better to have mom and dad and they're happy, but those children who get everything, what they want, then our kids are a little bit different.
Yes.
I think more have a strength and understand some people's pain. I think I notice my kids today understand other people's pain. They are
Yes.
really like sweet children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, humble children that are good, productive members of society. They're strong. They contribute. They're
Hmm.
growing. They're learning. You know,
Yeah, it's gonna be good for them when there are a lot of like a hardship or like things come in the way. They're not gonna be giving up because they already went through with you. That my kids went through with me.
yeah.
So they're gonna be more humble. They're gonna be strong. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good thing though,
We did
right?
good. We did
Yeah,
good.
you did great. You did great.
So did
Excellent job,
you.
Mama Bear. Yeah, sometimes we have to be like a little baby bear from Mama Bear to okay, buck up,
Yeah,
Mama
yeah, kind of
Bear.
step back.
Right.
Yeah. That's the hard part. That's the hard
That's the
part.
harder part. Is backing off, like kind of praying your head or her. I hope they're not gonna be doing this. So, maybe sometimes throwing up like sometimes this happens, so just kind of be careful. Then you need to stop doing this. Like, I don't talk like that anymore. So yes, like calm
I'm
down.
learning not to talk like that. No.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so this is gonna be a last question. What advice would you give to young women? Maybe like, anything's okay, like a life-wise, how to manage life. And then if that's the case, also to the single moms.
Um, for young women,
Mhm.
I would say to make sure that you love yourself, that you know your worth,
Mhm.
that you continue to educate yourself, that you continue to grow, and that you just surround yourself with good, strong people. You are most likely to become the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Make sure
Mhm.
that you keep your circle small.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that you are always learning and growing from the people around you. And you provide support for each other. For single moms, I would say that it gets better. Because we all know you have those nights where you cry. It's frustrating. You want to rip your hair out. Don't do that. And I'm not, I say this like respectfully. I don't say, I'm Catholic, but I do believe in God. I do believe there's one God.
Mhm.
Um, and find something to believe in. Focus on your children. Don't necessarily, focus on dating or go have fun, but be
Mhm.
careful who you bring around your children and just
Definitely.
always keep going. Always keep going.
That's a good advice. You guys hear that? Okay. What else I wanted to say? I was just thinking about something. I forgot. Let me see. Yeah, that's a really, really good advice because I want to bring like my friends, I mean, my friends are all certain way to be strong. It doesn't have to be, strong means sometimes me and my fiance was being talking about it, like one thing I was telling my fiance, what is very, very difficult for women like us, right? Because I think whoever the guys, Kevin Samuel, whoever the guy was talking about how modern women is so too strong, independent. I can do everything by myself. Then guys are really talking about how these women are never gonna get married and all kind of stuff. And I hear it, and then I totally understand what he's saying. It's certain part of it. I understand like a traditional women, like your mom or my mom is from a different culture, and then they're strong. But one thing I realized that they are uh traditional, certain things traditional,
Yes.
cooking part, it might be cooking part or like taking care of a household, husband, like that. But I think modern women they were talking about is little different. And so I was talking to him like how to balance sometimes for me to be accepting his love, and it just kind of just like the same like we back off from our kids to let them
Yes.
do it. We kind of like the same way, kind of when you have a man, especially the right one you came to our life. We need to learn how to be no. I know how to do this. Like I was
Yeah.
like that. For me to be managed a couple of times, I date someone and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm just bossy or something. And I
Yeah.
have to adjust myself to be, especially when I have to do something when he can't do or maybe he's sick, of course we have to take care of it. But with the
Yes.
men who really love you, okay, like for example, come to your life. Like, do you think that you can manage those things, or like, do you think it's challenging, or do you have any experience when maybe you have a date someone?
I I find it very because that's the problem is that we have to be mom and dad, so we have to be feminine, like be feminine and soft, But
Yes.
sometimes kids don't listen to that, and your masculine side needs to come out, and you got to be tough. I don't know about you, but I had to yell in a scary deep voice for them to listen
Thank you.
sometimes, you
Yes.
know. Um,
You
and it
get
worked.
used to that, but you can't
Yes,
do that to the
yes.
man, you know what I mean?
But but it's like um I'm learning that. I'm in counseling. I'm learning to heal and to, sometimes I have to say it to myself, like it's okay to lean back and it's okay to be more feminine. Like, you're safe. It's okay. And so I'm I'm just gonna start. I went out there a little bit, Ayumi. I messed up. I didn't do good. But
That's
I learned
okay.
up that's okay because I learned about myself. I
I
learned
did
what I
so
need to
many time
adjust.
mistakes too.
Yeah, and that's how we learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to balance that, feminine and masculine energy. And
Mhm.
I look forward to it. Like you said with your fiance, you had to like kind of, like with the kids, you have to kind of just step back and let them do their thing because
It was
men,
hard, but it took me a year and something.
yeah,
Finally,
but
kind
a
of.
strong man can handle a woman like that. You know what I mean? And they'll allow you to be, sometimes they'll allow you to do your thing and, don't help me and let me do my thing. But they're there to catch you also
Oh
when,
yeah.
when you are having, that's how, there's a balance there. And
Yeah.
I look forward to, if I pray to God, if God
Yeah, you're a
decides
beautiful
to send
person.
me
You're
someone,
beautiful, so that person's gonna
thank
come.
you.
But
Thank
thank
you.
you for sharing that.
Of course.
Definitely. Even though it's not a fighting or what I have to say to him or anything. Like sometimes it's job wise. When I'm on the mode of my doing business, okay, I'm taking this video, and then he was just looking at me like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then he goes like, "I think you need to get rest." And then he always said, "Be American." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm American. I'm lazy. I just ate. I'm just doing the video game." And I was like, I started laughing so hard. But he just balancing up, because I'm like
Yeah.
moving, doing things. Like we get panic. We train to be like this, because we had to do it. But he always
Yeah.
said that, your kid's not here right now. You're done with it. So you need to
I
go back
love
to the
that.
no more mode. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it.
I
So
love that he says that to you,
yeah, he's very,
It's
very
nice to
nice.
have that.
Yes. But I'm really wishing that you take care of yourself without anyone, and then someone comes to your life, the right one, and then that's gonna be really good because we deserve it. Okay, we can't
Absolutely.
be like, oh, my grandmother was single mom, and I was like, I'm probably gonna be okay single person. I had the time like that, but I was like, now I was like, oh, I'm glad actually I found somebody, or he found me, the one that really, connect like that. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna be hoping too, but other than that, we are almost the time, unfortunately. Um, Thank you so much for your sharing your life. I know that some questions are harder for you to maybe still, answer, but I appreciate, because this probably video is gonna help a lot of million of women, regular, single women or single mother or young women. So I continually make a video. Maybe we might have a different topic next time we're gonna talk, but I'm seriously, thank you so much for your time, Diane.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And it was a pleasure. It was
Yeah.
really a pleasure.
And continue, we're gonna be connecting. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I look
Yes.
forward to it.
Good. All right, so guys, thank you so much for listening this episode, Sakurafubuki, second episode. And this is Diane was here. And please check out YouTube channel. I'm gonna be putting up the YouTube channel tonight. All right. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Bye.
Bye, Diane. Bye, everyone.